fans, welcome back to Room 237, and again, happy Halloween 2020. Now, this is actually going to be a trailer reaction, or rather a teaser reaction. One came out about 3 months ago or so, and I didn't do one for whatever reason. But it is on Halloween Kills. So I figured, perfect time, it's Halloween. Now, of course, Halloween Kills is the sequel to the 2018 film Halloween, which is an awful title. They could have called it literally anything else because it's the same title as the original. I reviewed this film, so go check out my review for that. This one is still my all-time favorite. I absolutely love this film to death. This film, I sort of had mixed feelings on. I can definitely say it's the best sequel, at least since the original Halloween 2. It's sort of bittersweet that this one retcons that Halloween 2 out of continuity. But at least with this new reboot series, because, yeah, this is one of those films where they gave it the same title, pretty much redid the film, but it's a direct sequel. They got rid of the whole sibling aspect, which I've always hated. Even for Halloween 2, which really is the only sequel that I really like. And not that this film is great, but I definitely accept this way more than any other Halloween film as far as the sequel. Now, the teaser, like I said, there's two. The first teaser is more like a scene from the movie, I guess, where we see Laurie and the rest of the characters from the ending of this film now in the back of a truck going down the road, and they see fire trucks and ambulances going the opposite way, and they're yelling at them to, no, don't go there, let him burn, let him burn. This teaser feels more like a teaser. They're both, like, the first one's like 30-something seconds, this one's like 40-something. Well, it had, like, an ad at the end, so it's really like 30-something seconds, but the first half of the teaser feels like a teaser, like something that's not going to be in the movie. Like, we see a shot of Michael's feet walking, then we see a shot of the mask on the ground. He picks it up with Jamie Lee Curtis's narration of next Halloween, sun goes down, someone's alone, he kills, or whatever it is. I don't think that'll be in the movie. That feels like something purely for the tease. I don't know why I'm holding this up. I'm not talking about that film. But, yeah, I have all this Halloween stuff, so I put that there. But, yeah, it feels like just something cool they did for the teaser. I mean, unless I did watch Rambo Rat for Life's reaction, and I do agree with a lot of what he said. I'm not going to sit here and go over everything he said, because I'm not going to do that. But yeah, it would be something really kind of stupid if that scene is in the movie, and they do like a Ben Tramer thing like in Halloween 2, or even if they try to make this thing that like Michael Myers is like the spirit of Halloween. Good plug for the store, Spirit of Halloween. He's the spirit of Halloween, and all these people are now like inspired by him to go out and kill in the name of Halloween, dress like him. Some stupid shit. So I'm hoping the whole walking and picking up the mask is just for the teaser. Excuse me. However, the second half shows scenes from the film. And as far as the cast goes, we have Jamie Lee Curtis back, of course. Nick Castle. I think Nick Castle is just doing like the window scene and I guess the breathing sounds. Because that's another thing. This movie seems to be treading a lot of the past stuff that we've seen. Like what this did. We have a scene in this with, who was it? Was it Nancy Stevens? Yeah. Who was the nurse in the car with Donald Pleasence in the beginning of the first Halloween. Michael's hand comes down, hits the window. She gets scared. In this, we have her again in a car. Hand comes down. So we have a retread of stuff we've already seen. It looks like he kills someone with a shotgun. I don't know if it's like Halloween 4, which I also agree with Rambo Raft for Life. They can get as bloody and creative with the kills as they want. But I, like Rambo Raft, I think more of Jason Voorhees when it comes to gore. The bloodier and the more gory the Halloween films get, I think it's... Don't get me wrong, I love gore. I love my bloody movies. But I feel like it gets further and further away of what made this movie so effective. I mean, even the first Halloween 2, which, yeah, technically, I think Halloween Kills is a pretty stupid title. But they can't call it Halloween 2 because we literally had 2 Halloween 2s. A good one and a really shitty one. One that is a good sequel and one that is just Rob Zombie on steroids, basically. What happens when Rob Zombie does a Rob Zombie version of Halloween? I hate that Halloween 2. I used to like it. I did a huge epic rant on that movie. But, you know, if they're going to go bloody, gory, creative with the kills, I mean, it's not going to be a detriment, but I do think it gets further away from what made this so effective. What's also really cool is we have Nancy Stevens returning, Charles Cyphers returning as retired Sheriff Brackett, Kyle Richards returning to play Lindsay, the girl that was being babysat. Anthony Michael Hall will be playing Tommy Doyle, the boy that was babysat in the first one. He wasn't the actor the first Halloween like the other actors I just mentioned were. But it's cool that they're all going to be in it, but I wonder just how much are they going to retread? I mean, they brought Tommy Doyle back for Halloween 6, and that movie was awful. Though I'll say Anthony Michael Hall is a better choice than Paul Rudd. And yeah, Halloween Kills was supposed to come out this year, but Corona. This is going to come out this time next year, and then Halloween Ends the following year. Now, Halloween Ends sounds like a decent title, but I mean, Halloween Kills, they could have called it Next Halloween or anything. But they called this one Halloween. They could have called this Halloween Returns, since it's a direct sequel. This series, the same with Chainsaw Massacre. There's so many continuities and timelines, it's all fucked up. Am I excited for Halloween Kills? Not particularly. I mean, I'm not dreading it. Of course I'll see it. I'm more excited than, say, the new Chainsaw Massacre film that's coming out. I'm not excited for that at all. I mean, Chainsaw Massacre is just... a bled, dry, beaten fucking horse. Let that thing rest in peace. And, I mean, and of course it's produced by Blumhouse, but, and if you follow my channel, you know how I feel about Blumhouse. But I didn't totally hate this sequel like I did many of the other Halloween sequels. Almost. 2 is my favorite sequel. I hate the sibling aspect. Yeah, they did make it more of the 80s bloody slasher film. But that's still my favorite sequel. 4, I can watch it, but I don't really enjoy it. 5 is terrible. 6 is awful. H2O, I can kind of watch just because it gets rid of 4, 5, and 6. Resurrection, terrible opening. It's only one of the true sequels because he's not after a family member after the first 15 minutes. He is the shape again. But Resurrection is pretty bad. Rob Zombie's films is just a bastardization of this. So let's take everything that was effective about this movie, do the opposite in a white trash, overly vulgar, edgelord 14-year-old version. And then his Halloween 2 was just Rob Zombie the fuck out. So I will say this probably is the purest sequel, only because it still maintains the no sibling bullshit. And that's really the only thing that's making me more excited for Halloween Kills, is following that idea. Has Jamie Lee again. We're bringing back Tommy, Lindsay, the nurse, who was in this one. I'm pretty sure she was. I've only seen it once, and it was a while ago. Whatever, I'm pretty sure. Bringing back a lot of characters from the first one. Again, the teaser is a teaser. It's not like a full-blown trailer where you get to really get an idea of what's going on, but I don't know. Just thought I'd make a, well, not really short. We're at 13 minutes, but I can definitely say the cinematography looked good. I mean, that was one thing I really liked about this film, was it was a good-looking film. It didn't look like a shitty Blumhouse film. So there's that. I mean, as far as all these franchises that they just can't leave alone, I would say this is probably the one I'm most excited for. I guess aside from Spiral, the new Saw movie. But they feel like they're going in a totally different direction with that. But I mean, as far as like the new Chainsaw Massacre, Scream 5, Halloween Kills, all the shit that they just won't let fucking die. This is probably the one I'm most excited for. And then hopefully Halloween Ends really does end. And then in another 9, 10, 11 years, we don't get another reboot. Like, is there ever a time where we can just say, hey, we have like 13 of these fucking movies with timelines going all over the place. Can we just have a true final chapter? Go on to something else? That's why I don't get excited anymore for Halloween's. The only one I would get excited for would be like a Friday the 13th. Because that's so formulaic and meant to be fun that you really have to try hard to fuck up. Which they've done 3 times. Manhattan, body invading, and space. Don't do that. You'll pretty much have a good Friday the 13th film. So, either one of these trailers really wasn't much to go off of. It does make it sound like it's going to be the following year. So, is it going to be like Halloween 5, where he lived with a hermit for a year, then killed the hermit, and continued his killing spree? But it does look like it's going to pick up immediately from where this one left off, you know, with them in the back of the truck and the fire trucks going towards the house. I hope the scene with the mask is just a teaser shot and not some... They're not going to throw in some twist. Because the original Halloween 2, they threw in the twist that they were siblings. And it pretty much cursed the rest of the franchise. Don't go for a twist in this. Just tell a straight story. Kind of like how these ones did. Especially this one. Still my favorite. I would much rather have this. Like, for these, of course, this came from a figure a lot that I got. It was the only Michael Myers, but I'd rather have this version. Still one of my all-time favorite films. Very effective. If they want to go more for blood and gore instead of, you know, atmospheric, methodical tension scares like that or The Strangers, I guess that's fine, but I'll take that over really stupid writing, because that's really what has killed the whole franchise. Be as bloody as you want, just as long as the story and the writing isn't stupid and full of twists. But yeah, this was more of a ramble than I guess a real reaction. But for the sake of Halloween, that was my teaser reaction for Halloween Kills. October of next year, thanks Corona. I can't say I'm super stoked, but I'm at least intrigued. See where it will go. And if it's good and Halloween Ends does have an ending, hell, you can even leave it somewhat ambiguous like this, but then don't touch it. The way they weren't going to with this. But yeah. I can add it to the list of ones I will see next year. But it's nothing I'm really chomping at the bit for. Definitely more so than the new Chainsaw Massacre and Scream 5. Don't care about either one of those. But yeah. So, happy Halloween, everybody.